Welcome to Starship TV. Biography of H. G. Wells, 1866 to 1946. Herbert George Wells, born on September 21, 1866, in Bromley, Kent, England, was one of the most influential writers of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Known primarily as a pioneer of science fiction, Wells was also a novelist, journalist, historian, and social critic. His early fascination with science and evolution, sparked during his education under biologist Thomas Henry Huxley, informed many of his most visionary works. Wells is often referred to as the father of science fiction, along with Jules Verne and Hugo Gernsback. His works explored themes of scientific progress, human evolution, social injustice, and the future of civilization. Wells envisioned a world shaped by reason and guided by science. He died in London on August 13, 1946, leaving behind a legacy that continues to influence literature, film, and philosophy. Major works by H. G. Wells, titles and descriptions. Science fiction novels. The Time Machine, 1895. A scientist, known only as the Time Traveler, builds a machine that takes him into the distant future. He discovers a world divided between the peaceful Eloi and the subterranean Morlocks, exploring themes of class struggle and human evolution. The Island of Dr. Moreau, 1896. A castaway discovers an island where Dr. Moreau, a rogue scientist, performs horrific experiments to transform animals into humans. The novel examines ethics, identity, and the nature of humanity. The Invisible Man, 1897. Griffin, a brilliant scientist, discovers a way to become invisible, but is unable to reverse the process. His descent into madness explores alienation, power, and consequence. The War of the Worlds, 1898. Martians invade Earth, using advanced technology to destroy human civilization. Set largely in England, this novel is a groundbreaking depiction of alien invasion and the fragility of mankind. The First Men in the Moon, 1901. A businessman and a scientist travel to the moon and encounter the Selenites, an insect-like alien society. The story explores space travel and imperialism. The Food of the Gods and How It Came to Earth, 1904. A scientific experiment causes enormous growth in animals and humans, leading to societal upheaval and conflict between giants and ordinary humans. In the Days of the Comet, 1906. A comet's gases transform humanity's mindset, leading to a utopian world. A meditation on war, peace, and human potential. The War in the Air, 1908. A prophetic tale in which aerial warfare leads to global collapse. It highlights Wells' foresight into future military technology. The Sleeper Awakes, 1910. A man falls into a coma and wakes centuries later to find he is the owner of the world's wealth. He becomes embroiled in a revolution, examining capitalism and social control. The World Set Free, 1914. A novel about the invention of atomic bombs and a world transformed by global conflict, peace, and scientific governance. It predicted nuclear warfare decades before its time. Other notable novels and fictional works. Love and Mr. Lewisham, 1900. A schoolteacher's romantic and political aspirations are tested by the realities of life and love. Kipps. The Story of a Simple Soul, 1905. A draper's apprentice unexpectedly inherits a fortune. The novel examines class mobility and personal growth. Tono Bungay, 1909. A semi-autobiographical story of a young man helping his uncle sell a useless patent medicine. A satire of capitalism and British society. Anne Veronica, 1909. The story of a young woman who seeks independence and challenges the gender roles of her time. A feminist novel, ahead of its time. The History of Mr. Polly, 1910. A gentle satire of Edwardian life. Mr. Polly, discontented and bored, starts anew in an attempt to find happiness. The Passionate Friends, 1913. A love triangle exploring personal freedom, marriage, and morality. Mr. Britling Sees It Through, 1916. A portrayal of England before and during World War I, reflecting on nationalism, faith, and personal tragedy. Historical and political works. Anticipations, 1901. A prophetic non-fiction work predicting trends such as automobiles, aerial warfare, and global governance. Mankind in the Making, 1903. Essays on education, the future of society, and social progress. A Modern Utopia, 1905. A philosophical exploration of a perfect society ruled by a benevolent scientific elite. The Outline of History, 1920. A monumental 2-volume history of the world from prehistory to the 20th century. Aimed at educating the general public. The Science of Life 1930. With Julian Huxley and G.P. Wells. A comprehensive biology textbook that became a popular science classic. The Shape of Things to Come, 1933. A speculative future history written in the form of a chronicle. It predicts world war, a worldwide dictatorship, and eventual world peace. The Open Conspiracy, 1928. Wells argues for a new world order led by scientists and intellectuals. The New World Order, 1940. A vision for global governance after the fall of nationalism and the failure of capitalism. Autobiographical works. Experiment in Autobiography, 1934. Wells's candid reflection on his life, beliefs and works, offering deep insight into his philosophy and motivations. Legacy. H.G. Wells's visionary thinking inspired generations of scientists, writers and political thinkers. His early science fiction novels remain timeless, still studied and adapted into films, television and radio. He used fiction not merely to entertain but to challenge assumptions and propose better futures. His unique blend of imagination and critical inquiry established a lasting model for speculative fiction and progressive thought. You're watching Starship TV. Be sure to like, comment,